So for our next adventure, we decided to go to Bowen Island, and it's so easy to get there from Vancouver. It's only a 15-minute ferry from West Van there, and just a couple minutes drive to get across the island to Bowen Beach, which is a great place to foil, as I discovered. So there's a large rock on the left side here when you're looking out to the ocean, and I guess it works at different tides, but it was a little tricky because it was a pretty windy and pretty wavy day. So I had it took a few tries to get going, but once I got going, it was a lot of fun. There was a good swell rolling in, pretty windy, like I said, so that was a little bit challenging, pumping up wind. But basically, what I do is just pump across there, stay away from the swimmers who are in, closer to the shore, between the dock and the shore there. And I didn't want to use the dock because it didn't look like it was a public dock. It was just someone's private dock. So I just used the rocks on the side to launch. But yeah, I took a couple spins out here, and then I realized it's really pretty chaotic out there. You can see breaking waves out there and stuff. It was pretty hectic out there for such a big wing, and I'm not very good in the waves anyway, so after this I kind of stayed closer to the shore. But I had fun trying to ride some swells back in. So yeah, like I said, I used that rock a few times to just get launched from, and then just make my way through. There are quite a few boats and things in the harbor there, but it was fun just zipping around different buoys and things, trying to catch swell whenever I could. But generally just kind of make my way over to the other side of the beach where I could launch again. And the water was so nice and warm. This is a great beach just to hang out on. And the swell was wrapping around this side pretty well, and it was actually pretty tough to get launched right there because, I tried to wait for a sort of a flat section to get launched in front of me, but it was tough. And most of the time it was swell rolling in, 2-foot swell, and I crashed quite a few times just trying to get launched. So once I was able to get launched, I wasn't messing around. I'd pump as hard as I could to get as far as I could upwind there, make the turn, and then try to ride those bumps back. I was on the Ultra Trail 4XL here too with the Veloci stab, which I'm really, really starting to like. It glides so nice, and it's fast, and it's just a lot of fun. So I kind of found one spot that worked better than any of the other ones. I mostly use that for the rest of the session. Now, there were no swimmers in the water right there, so I came in closer to the beach. I mean, you can see the boats rolling in the waves. Like, there's quite a bit of swell there. And then they're like right there, I caught like a cross current or cross swell or whatever, and I almost lost my balance. So there was a lot of that going on here. It wasn't like clean. It was kind of a big mess. And I'd run into the incoming swell quite a bit too. I did try launching off of this rock a little bit further up as well, and yeah, that was fun. Like, it was pretty exposed to the breaking swell there, so that was tricky getting launched. Took me a few times, but eventually got it. And we went to a bunch of other beaches on Bowen Island today. I think we went to like 6 beaches, just checking them all out. And there's tons of fun places to take the foil. Can't wait to come back to Bowen Island. Now a few brave souls had gone out in the water, and I remember I was pumping across here, and that lady saw me, and she was kind of scared, and I was like, I see you, don't worry, I won't hit you. Yeah, that happened a lot, heading back upwind. I'd slow right down, and then I'd just slap into some roller and couldn't get over it. I'm getting so much better at just tracking in a straight line while I'm gliding too, and there's just a little better balance and stuff too. It's helped a lot being out in the waves a lot with the same rig, practicing over and over and over again, and not switching anything up. But the funnest part of today was this. I was talking to a guy in the water. I'd pumped way up there, and I was having trouble getting launched. And he said, "Do you want to jump off my boat?" And I was like, "Where's your boat?" And he's like, "It's right over there." I was like, "Sure." So he helped me get up there on the transom of his boat. He was in a kayak, and I was able to launch off the transom right there. And it was pretty bumpy there too. The boat was rolling, the waves were rolling, but yeah, I was able to get going no problem. And I was like, thank you so much. The guy's name was Richard. So anyway, so I got launched off the boat, was able to make it all the way from up there back here, and then I still had plenty of energy from riding those waves, so I turned back up and thought I'd take a flyby by his kayak too. There he is there in the middle, paddling. Yeah, so I made the turn, and I was like, Richard was talking to me. He's like, that is so cool, looks really fun. But yeah, it was getting later in the day, and we needed to make the ferry back. So we packed up our stuff, and this was my last run of the afternoon. I was only here for maybe an hour and a half or so, but had a really fun time. Can't wait to come back to Bowen Island.